Stop giving people access to your energy when they haven't earned it. Stop explaining your dreams to people who only know how to doubt. The truth is, the loudest revenge, the most powerful clapback is silence paired with undeniable progress. You start focusing on yourself. You stop chasing validation. You stop waiting for applause. You stop giving anyone else the steering wheel to your life. You turn inward. You pour into yourself, and that's when everything changes. Because while they're watching, waiting for you to fail, you're building quietly, patiently, consistently. You're putting in the work they don't see. And then suddenly you arrive and they're shocked. Shocked at how far you've come. Shocked at the glow up they never believed was possible. Shocked that you didn't need them, their approval or their permission. Focusing on yourself isn't selfish. It's survival. It's self-respect. It's the decision to stop living for other people's timelines and to start living for your own vision. That's the energy that intimidates. That's the energy that inspires. So keep moving in silence. Keep choosing yourself. Keep becoming the version of you they thought could never exist. Because the day will come when they realize they should have never underestimated you. People drain you because you let them. People waste your time because you allow them. The truth is your energy is currency. And just like you wouldn't hand over your money to anyone on the street, you need to stop handing over your energy to people who haven't earned it. Protecting your energy means understanding your worth at such a deep level that you refuse to let anyone play with it. It means building boundaries so solid that no one can step into your space without respect. Think about how often you've watered dead plants, poured into relationships that gave you nothing back, explained yourself to people who weren't even listening. You gave and gave and gave until you were left with nothing. Why? Because you thought maybe, just maybe, they would wake up one day and realize your value. But let me tell you something. If they can't see your worth now, they never will. Stop trying to convince people. Stop trying to change people. Protecting your energy starts with recognizing when to walk away. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves your time. You have to start treating your life like a private event. Entry is not free. There's a standard. There's a level of respect that has to be met before anyone gets close to you. And if they don't bring peace, support, or growth into your life, then what are they doing there? You need to be ruthless with your boundaries. If someone constantly takes and never gives, they don't belong in your circle. If someone drains you every time you're around them, they don't belong in your life. Stop feeling guilty for protecting yourself. Understand this. Your energy is powerful. That's why people want it. That's why they cling to you. That's why they call you when they're bored, when they're lonely, when they need a quick fix for their own emptiness. You've become the supplier of energy, of positivity, of support. But who gives that back to you? Who fills you up when you're drained? If the answer is no one, then it's time to change. You are not a battery pack for other people. You are not an emotional dumping ground. You are not a free therapist for people who have no intention of healing themselves. Protecting your energy means cutting off these cycles once and for all. There will be people who call you selfish for this. They'll say you've changed, that you're cold, that you're distant. And you know what? They're right. You have changed. You've learned to put yourself first. You've learned that peace is more valuable than pleasing everyone. They don't like it because your boundaries no longer serve them. They're not upset that you've grown. They're upset that they can no longer use you. Don't let that guilt control you. Protecting your energy will require you to be okay with being misunderstood. Let them talk. Let them gossip. Let them spin their stories. Because while they're busy trying to figure you out, you'll be moving forward, lighter, freer, stronger. Start asking yourself, does this person give me energy or do they take it away? Do I feel better after being with them or do I feel worse? It's that simple. Protecting your energy is about filtering your life. If someone doesn't bring peace, remove them. If something doesn't bring growth, stop doing it. If an environment constantly drains you, walk out of it. Protecting your energy isn't just about people. It's about habits. It's about the media you consume. It's about the thoughts you allow to live in your mind. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you're saying no to your future self. The version of you that succeeds, the version of you that glows, the version of you that shocks everyone, that version only exists when you protect your energy fiercely. Because when your energy is scattered, when you're tired, when you're drained, you cannot show up for your goals. You cannot build your dreams if you're exhausted from carrying people who should have carried themselves. Protecting your energy is about creating the space you need to grow. It's about choosing you over distractions. So stop answering calls that drain you. Stop entertaining conversations that go nowhere. Stop responding to people who only reach out when they need something. Protect your energy by disappearing from spaces that no longer serve you. You don't owe anyone constant access to you. Your life is not a free-for-all. It is sacred, it is valuable, and the people who enter it need to understand that. Once you start protecting your energy, watch how everything changes. You'll have more clarity, more focus, more time for yourself. You'll attract better people because when you raise your standards, the universe responds. Protecting your energy is not just about cutting people off. It's about aligning yourself with the right ones. People who uplift you, inspire you, challenge you to grow. Protecting your energy creates room for those people to step in. And here's the best part. When you protect your energy, you shock people. The ones who thought they could walk all over you. The ones who thought you would always be available. The ones who thought you would never change. They don't know what to do with this version of you. They're shocked because they can no longer control you. They're shocked because you finally see your own worth. And they're shocked because you're untouchable now. So protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because it does. Your future depends on it. Your peace depends on it. Your success depends on it. Protect it, guard it, and never apologize for it. You've spent too much time looking outward, too much time waiting for someone to tell you you're good enough, waiting for someone to notice your potential, waiting for someone to finally clap for you. And that's why you've been stuck, because you're living for their validation instead of your own vision. The second you stop chasing approval and start focusing inward, everything shifts. When you focus inward, you realize you've been giving your energy to the wrong things. You've been obsessed with how people see you instead of how you see yourself. You've been building an image, not a reality. You've been curating a life for the outside world while neglecting the life you actually live. That's why you're exhausted. That's why you feel empty, because you're feeding everyone else and starving yourself. The truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to sit you down and say, here, let me build your dream for you. No one is going to hand you your confidence, your discipline, your glow. That has to come from you. It's an inside job. You want peace, focus inward. You want success, focus inward. You want to shock everyone. It starts with what you do when no one is watching. Stop checking their timelines, their opinions, their comments. That's not where your future is. Your future is built in silence, in the hours you invest in yourself, in the discipline you show when it's uncomfortable. Focusing inward means you stop performing for the world and start performing for yourself. You stop asking, what will they think? And start asking, what do I want? Who do I want to be? And here's the truth. When you stop feeding your energy to outside validation, you start to grow in ways that scare people because they can't control you anymore. They can't manipulate you with compliments. They can't break you with criticism. Their approval no longer has a hold on you. That's what focusing inward does. It makes you untouchable. You have to get comfortable with being your own biggest fan. You have to clap for yourself when no one else is clapping. You have to believe in yourself even when everyone doubts you. That's not delusion. That's self-respect. Because if you don't believe in your own vision, why should anyone else? Focusing inward means building habits that feed your soul instead of your ego. It means waking up and asking yourself, what does my mind need? What does my body need? What does my future need? And then giving it exactly that. Sometimes it means saying no to distractions. Sometimes it means cutting ties with people who aren't growing. Sometimes it means choosing silence over noise. Focusing inward is not glamorous. It's not flashy, but it's powerful.
You need to understand that when you invest in yourself, you multiply. Every hour you put into your growth pays you back. tenfold. Every book you read, every skill you learn, every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're stacking bricks for the version of you that will shock everyone. Focusing inward is how you build that version slowly, quietly, consistently.
And yes, people will notice. They'll ask where you've been, why you're not around, why you don't show up for every little distraction anymore. They'll wonder why you're so focused, why you're not the same. And you don't owe them an explanation because your energy belongs to you now. Your time belongs to your future. Your focus belongs to your vision. When you focus inward, you stop competing with anyone else. You realize there is no competition because no one else has your path. No one else has your calling. No one else has your timing. Competition is an external gain. Fulfillment is an internal one. And when you're aligned with yourself, you're not worried about being better than them. You're too busy being better than who you were yesterday. That's real power. Think about this. Most people never take the time to actually look inwards. They're so busy chasing approval, chasing status, chasing validation that they never meet themselves. Don't be like them. Don't get trapped in the cycle of performing for others. Choose to focus inwards. Choose to become so secure in who you are that you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. The people who shock the world aren't the loudest. They aren't the ones screaming for attention. They're the ones who go quiet, who disappear for a while, who put their heads down and build, and then suddenly they reappear unrecognizable, stronger, sharper, glowing. That's what happens when you focus inward. You stop chasing temporary highs from outside validation and start building lasting fulfillment from within. You stop begging people to see you and start seeing yourself. And the day you finally shift your focus inward is the day you take back your power. So stop scrolling through other people's lives, looking for motivation. Stop waiting for someone to clap for you. Stop comparing yourself to people who aren't even on your path. Turn inward. Focus on your growth. Focus on your peace. Focus on your vision. Everything you want is already inside you. You just have to commit to unlocking it, to glow up with the success, the peace you crave. It's not about impressing anyone else. It's about impressing yourself. It's about looking in the mirror and being proud of who you see. That's the real win. That's the energy that shocks everyone. Silence is power. The moment you stop announcing your every move, your life changes. People don't need to know what you're working on. They don't need to know your next step, your goals, your plans, your dreams. Because the more you talk, the more energy you waste. The more you share, the more room you give people to project their doubts onto you. Moving in silence is not about being secretive. It's about being smart. Every time you tell someone your plans, you open the door for their fears, their limitations, their insecurities to enter your vision. And if you're not strong enough, their doubts become your doubts. Their negativity seeps into your energy. That's why you feel drained after sharing your dreams with the wrong people. Because not everyone wants to see you win. Some will smile in your face while hoping for your downfall. Some will cheer you on while secretly waiting for you to fail. Moving in silence protects you from that energy. You don't need external validation for something that lives inside of you. Your vision is yours. Your goals are yours. Your path is yours. The only person who truly needs to believe in it is you. So stop talking and start doing. Because silence creates focus. Silence creates discipline. Silence keeps your energy where it belongs, on the work, not the performance. Think about the most powerful transformations you've seen. The people who shocked everyone didn't broadcast every step of their process. They disappeared. They worked. They struggled. They transformed in the dark. And then one day they showed up completely different. That's what silence does. It multiplies your impact. When people don't see the process, they're blown away by the result.
But when you move in silence, you also learn something else. Who's really there for you? The moment you stop giving constant updates, people will fall back. They'll stop checking in because they only cared when they could measure your progress against their own. They only wanted front row seats to your grind so they could gossip about it later. Once you go silent, those people disappear. And that's a gift. Because now you can see clearly who supports you when they have no access to your every move.
Moving in silence is not weakness. It's not isolation. It's power. It's discipline. It's control over your own energy. Loud people seek attention. Powerful people seek results. You don't need to scream about what you're building. You just need to build it. And when it's ready, when it's undeniable, the world won't be able to ignore it. That's when you shock them. That's when they realize you weren't bragging. You were becoming. This is when most people fail. They want to be seen grinding. They want people to know they're working. They post every step, every tiny achievement, every thought because they're addicted to attention. But attention is not progress. Attention is a distraction. While they're busy trying to look successful, you're busy becoming successful. And when you finally show up with the results, they'll wonder how you did it. You owe no one a play-by-play of your life. You don't need to prove that you're working. You don't need to prove that you're improving. The results will speak for you. They always do. Because silence paired with consistent action is louder than any words you could ever say. And don't misunderstand me. This isn't about being invisible forever. This isn't about hiding from the world. This is about choosing the right time to show yourself. The right time to speak is when your results are undeniable. When you've already won, that's when your silence pays off. When the reveal shocks everyone who doubted you. Moving in silence also protects your peace because not everyone deserves access to your process. The struggles, the setbacks, the small wins, those are sacred. They're for you, not for an audience. Protect your progress by keeping it close to your chest. Not everything needs to be shared. Some things are more powerful when they're private. And yes, it will feel lonely sometimes. You'll feel the urge to tell someone to get that little hit of validation. But remember this, validation is temporary. Results are permanent. Silence is what separates dreamers from doers. Dreamers talk, doers act. The more you talk, the less you act. The more you act, the less you need to talk. So keep your plans close. Let them think you're doing nothing. Let them underestimate you. Let them assume you're stuck. Because while they're busy making assumptions, you're busy making progress. And then one day you'll walk in a room and your presence alone will silence them. You won't have to say a word. That's the power of moving in silence. People can argue with your words, but they cannot argue with your results. They can dismiss your dreams, but they cannot dismiss your success. They can mock your process, but they cannot deny your transformation. Silence makes your results undeniable. So stop talking, stop explaining, stop announcing, protect your energy, protect your vision, protect your process. Let your results speak, let your glow speak, let your success speak. Silence will make the noise louder than anything your words ever could. People underestimate you because you've allowed them to see you in your unfinished state. They think they know who you are. They think they figured you out. They think your story is already written. But that's only because you've been quiet, building, transforming in silence. The greatest power move you will ever make is showing up one day as someone they never thought you could become. That is how you shock everyone with transformation. Understand this. People don't respect words. They respect results. You can tell them all day about what you're going to do, about how you're going to change, about the life you're going to build. But words don't hit like transformation. When you walk into a room and your energy is different, when your confidence radiates, when your glow makes them stop mid-sentence, that speaks louder than anything you could ever say. Shock comes from contrast, from the difference between who they thought you were and who you actually become. That's why disappearing is so powerful. Because while they think nothing is happening, everything is happening. You're growing in silence, building in silence, healing in silence. And then suddenly you show up and the person they used to know no longer exists. That's transformation. That's impact. They remember the old you, the insecure version, the distracted version, the version that tolerated disrespect, that stayed quiet, that accepted less than you deserved. That version of you is dead. And when you rise, when you show them the new version, it shocks them because they built their idea of you around your past. They never prepared for your evolution. Your transformation will make people uncomfortable. Don't expect everyone to clap for you. Some will, but many won't. Some will act supportive, but secretly envy the strength you found. Some will gossip, some will downplay your growth, some will pretend it doesn't matter. But remember this, your transformation isn't for them. It's for you. The shock is just the side effect. Transformation is the loudest revenge. Not anger, not arguments, not proving a point. Just becoming everything they said you couldn't be. Just walking away from their version of you and stepping into your true self. That's when you win. That's when you take back all the power you gave away. You shock people when you stop showing up the way they expect you to. When you stop engaging in drama. When you stop entertaining negativity. When you stop being available to everyone. When you stop explaining yourself. They don't know how to handle it because you've broken the role they wrote for you. They don't know this new character, the one with boundaries, confidence, self-respect. That's why they're shocked, because they never imagined you'd rewrite the script. And transformation doesn't only shock people, it inspires them. Someone who used to know you will see your glow up and suddenly realize they can do it too. They'll see your discipline, your strength, your peace, and it will spark something in them. Your transformation becomes proof that change is possible. That's why you can never feel guilty about growing, because your growth will be the light for someone else. Think about the butterfly. No one claps for the caterpillar. No one is impressed by the cocoon. They don't notice the struggle, the isolation, the waiting. But the moment those wings open, the moment the butterfly takes flight, everyone notices. That's transformation. That's you. The struggle doesn't need validation. The result will speak for itself. And the best part, transformation doesn't need to be announced. You don't need to scream, look at me, I've changed. People will see it. They'll feel it. Your energy will speak. Your presence will demand respect. The glow in your eyes, the way you carry yourself, the silence in your power, it will all reveal the new you without a single word.
But don't forget, transformation takes work. It takes consistency. It takes nights when you want to quit and mornings when you want to give up. It takes discipline when no one is watching. That's why so few shock the world, because so few are willing to transform. Most people stay the same, repeating the same cycles, living the same story, never daring to evolve. But you're different. You're not here to repeat the past. You're here to become something they never saw coming.
So disappear for a while, focus on your growth, work on your body, your mind, your spirit. Build habits, break cycles, level up, do it in silence without needing anyone to see. And then one day return, not as the old you, but as someone untouchable. That's when the shock hits. That's when they realize they should have never underestimated you. And when you shock them, don't go back to explaining. Don't waste time proving yourself. Let your transformation speak. Let your glow speak. Let your success speak. Because once you transform, you owe no one an explanation. You are no longer who they thought you were. You've outgrown their perception. And that's the most shocking part. They can never put you back in the box they built for you. So keep going, keep transforming, keep shocking them, because nothing is more powerful than becoming the version of yourself that they swore could never exist.